This is a Fox News alert. I'm Brett Baer in Washington. As President Trump begins his second 100 days, he's making news on many fronts tonight. In a wide range of interviews, he has said the following today. He is considering trying to break up some big banks. He's also considering a hike in the gasoline tax to support infrastructure spending. The president spoke with House Speaker Paul Ryan over the weekend and said he believes a vote on a new health care bill will happen this week. Plus, President Trump raised some eyebrows when he said he would be willing to meet one-on-one with North Korean dictator Kim Jong Un under certain conditions, and that no one is safe from the North Korean threat, not even here. We have Fox team coverage tonight. John Roberts at the White House with the latest on the effort to repeal and replace Obamacare. Benjamin Hall in London as the world waits for another nuclear test from the communist regime. Britt Hume looks at all the politics here at home. But we begin with correspondent Rich Edson at the State Department. Good evening, Rich.
Good evening, Brett. And it's the strategy of urgency. That's the Trump administration's approach to confronting an increasingly aggressive North Korea, though there are questions of whether this current strategy will work and how far President Trump is willing to go to contain North Korea. The President of the United States meeting with one of the world's most violent, repressive dictators? In an interview with Bloomberg News, President Trump said of North Korean leader Kim Jong Un, quote, "If it would be appropriate for me to meet with him, I would absolutely. I would be honored to do it. If it's under the right circumstances, but I would do that."
There's a lot of conditions that I think would have to happen with respect to its behavior and to show signs of good faith. If the circumstances present themselves, we would be prepared to, but they're clearly not at this time.
Congressman Eliot Engel, the top Democrat on the House Foreign Affairs Committee's response, quote, "The president saying he'd be honored to meet with Kim, a dictator and murderer, is the latest example of the dangerous inconsistency coming out of this administration. The Trump administration should be devising a credible strategy, not flying by the seat of its pants." In an interview with CBS, President Trump called Kim Jong Un a pretty smart cookie. Then when asked if the U.S. would pursue military action against North Korea if it continues its aggression, said, "We'll see." The president then stressed to Fox News the urgency needed in addressing North Korea.
So nobody's safe. We're probably not safe over here. If he gets the long-range missiles, we're not safe either. So we have to do something about it, and we'll see what happens.
His administration's strategy? Sanctions. This week, the House is scheduled to consider new measures expanding existing financial sanctions, targeting North Korean shipping, and those who employ North Korean slave labor. The new sanctions bill also requires the administration to determine whether North Korea is a state sponsor of terrorism. The administration is also pushing other countries, specifically China, to fully implement existing sanctions.
There are plenty of Chinese companies and, frankly, Chinese banks that are complicit in these activities. And at some point, the Trump administration is going to have to go after them in order to be compliant with these sanctions laws.
Secretary of State Rex Tillerson called out China specifically. Its response? The key to solving Korean aggression lies outside of China. The State Department says the U.S. wants to see a change in North Korean behavior in the coming months. In the meantime, it's placing trust in building an international coalition where the U.S. may have to pressure its partners as much as it's pressuring North Korea. Brett?
Rich Edson live at the State Department. Rich, thank you.